Hey, what's up everybody? Akeem here, and in today's gaming news, Larian teases its next big game after Baldur's Gate 3. Nintendo showed off several new indie games coming to the Switch, and we know when The Last of Us Season 2 will begin filming. This is your Daily Fix. Now, fresh off its mega hit game Baldur's Gate 3, developer Larian Studios has teased its next project. Now, in a Twitter post quoting Larian's call for the Game Awards votes, boss Sven Vink said, quote, "Seeing our little niche RPG make such waves is very motivating," before going on to talk in vague terms about the studio's next project. Now, Vink wrote, quote, "I wish I could tell you about our next big game, but this is really encouraging us to ensure it pushes many boundaries. I'm very excited about it." Now, that's not much to go on, but Baldur's Gate 3 fans have already started speculating about what's next for Larian. Now, will Baldur's Gate 3 DLC or even an expansion follow? Now, given the huge success of the game, it seems like there would be enough interest to justify such a release. But what about the next big game? Like in July, ahead of Baldur's Gate 3's explosive launch, Vink told IGN, that's us, a sequel to Larian's own Divinity Original Sin series is in the cards, although fans shouldn't hold their breath. Or it may not be in the cards, but it might be. Anyways, Vink explained, quote, "It's our own universe we built, so we're definitely gonna get back there at some point. We will get back there at some point. We'll first finish this one Baldur's Gate 3 now and then take a break because we will need to refresh ourselves creatively also. Now, if Divinity isn't next, perhaps a brand spanking new game set in a completely different universe. Could be. I don't know. Now, Larian has created fantasy RPGs for some time now. Could it branch out into science fiction? Or maybe even try a new genre entirely? Now, whatever's next, it'll surely be one of the most anticipated games ever. For now, Baldur's Gate 3 remains one of the hottest games in the world and is still among the most played games on Steam. Now, its long-awaited Xbox version seems imminent. Now, Larian teased this week, quote, "Xbox fans and fans of physical media, watch this space for a formal announcement. It's going to be a busy week." Now, moving on, we just saw a Nintendo Indie World showcase that included over 12 indie games coming to Nintendo Switch this year and next, including several brand new game announcements. Now, notable reveals include the re-emergence of a lost Shantae game and Outer Wilds' long-awaited Switch debut. First up is Shantae Advance Risky Revolution. Announced earlier this year, Shantae creator WayForward has reached deep into its vault of canceled titles and brought back something we never thought would see the light of day. Back in 2001, WayForward was working on a GBA game called Shantae 2 Risky Revolution. Now, the game was never finished, never released, but now, and I mean now, the studio has brought back much of the original development team to complete what's now known as Shantae Advance Risky Revolution for a 2024 release. Now, it's built on the original game, but with a restored/remastered look and a new 4-player local battle mode. Now, Core Keeper, a top-down sandbox game set in an underground world, has been in early access on Steam since March of last year. It's now coming to Nintendo Switch with a full release in 2024, including an online multiplayer mode for up to 8 players. That's a lot of people you can play with. Next game, Howl, is a turn-based tactical folktale set in medieval times when a strange sound-based plague called the Howl is ravaging the land. Now, the main character is a deaf prophet trying to save the locals as they search for a cure. Howl is out later today. Now, if you like inventory management, this is the game for you. This next one, Backpack Hero, is a roguelike about collecting items, organizing a bag, and using your organization skills to fight off enemies more effectively. Now, it was previously released in early access on Steam in 2022 and is coming to Switch later today. Newly announced side-scrolling 2D action game Blade Chimera has you wielding the Lumina Sword, which isn't just a weapon to repel deadly demon attacks. It also can interfere with time itself, such as restoring broken platforms to help you make your way through the city you're tasked with protecting. Ooh! Now, Blade Chimera is a Time console exclusive coming in spring 2024. Now, moving on, developer Mobius has been teasing a Nintendo Switch release for Outer Wilds for quite some time now, and it's almost here. The Archaeologist Edition for Switch is coming December 7th with a physical version planned for sometime next year. Now, it includes both Outer Wilds and the Echoes of the Eye expansion. Now, for the full list of games shown off today, hit up IGN.com. And finally, today, a film and TV production tracking site has revealed when Season 2 of The Last of Us will begin filming. According to ProductionList.com, cameras will roll on The Last of Us Season 2 early next year on January 7th. Now, the only two cast members listed are Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, who played Joel and Ellie, respectively. Now, both Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin are also listed as writers and producers. Now, of course, one of the biggest questions about Season 2 is who will be playing Abby? Now, fans of the games know that Abby is a critical character in The Last of Us Part 2 and is sure to get a huge amount of screen time in HBO's adaptation of the sequel. Now, without getting into spoilery territory, Abby is certainly the new character The Last of Us fans are most interested in getting casting news for. Now, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter in August, The Last of Us showrunner Craig Mazin teased that they may have found their Abby. Mazin said, quote, "The strike stopped us in our tracks. Things were in process. Look, Abby was the first role that we wanted to tackle. We got a pretty good track record of making major cast announcements and people going, really? Which will probably continue. So people may disagree, but I think we got it right so far. And the audience seems to feel we got it right, and the Academy seems to feel we got it right." That's a lot of people thinking you got it right. Well, hopefully the fans think so as well. Anyways, as shooting begins in January, hopefully we'll get more information on Season 2 of The Last of Us. And that was your daily fix for Tuesday, November 14th. Now that you're caught up on the news for today, watch the official PS5 and Xbox Series launch trailer for Teardown, starring Owen Wilson. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and for all your video game news, keep it locked right here on IGN.